Think of your lead magnet as your opt-in, also as an offer. Your offer has to be irresistible. It has to be something that they will be like, I need that, I want that, I can't get that anywhere else, and that is something that is going to be worthy of my time to consume. And we tried different offers and we kind of got stuck. I was like, I've built the sales page, the copy is awesome, people just aren't taking action. It wasn't performing where we wanted to be with our numbers, our metrics. And the thing was, I then reached out to my group and I go, guys, can you please give me some feedback on this? I needed help. I needed to ask them, what am I doing wrong here? And they literally just turned around and said, the offer sucks. The offer isn't engaging enough. The offer isn't something that someone is wowed about.
Welcome to Marketing with Vino, the edutainment business growth podcast, mixing education and entertainment to make growing your service business much more fun. Your hosts, Quinton Venter, online marketing expert, and Gabby Kowalski, creator of the Business Freedom Formula, have a glass of wine and share powerful and up-to-date strategies to help grow your service business fast.
Hey guys, welcome to another amazing episode, Marketing with Vino. With us is the most amazing Gabs. Welcome, Gabs, and cheers to you.
Hello, sexy people. Hello, Quinton. Woohoo! Cheers. If you've been tuning into the last few episodes, you'll know that I haven't been drinking for a while. I had this big break from alcohol, just a bit of a detox. And quite frankly, I've decided to have a drink today after, 5 weeks or so of not drinking.
Welcome back.
So I will do my best not to get hammered.
But take us through the experience of, as you were going through giving up alcohol for that month, looking after your body, nurturing your body. I know you say you gave up sugar as well.
Yep.
Just getting rid of all those toxins. What was going through with you, and how do you feel right now?
Awesome. Well, and I also, I had taken up smoking again, and I gave that up as well. So this is the thing, to me it was a no-brainer, because ultimately I know in order for us to really win at business and win at life, this body is the most important thing, the most important asset we have to get there.
Yeah.
And so just the realization of my most important asset needs some love. Let's do this. So I called it, it's actually still on my fridge. I called it Best Me August, and it had all these, my why for doing it. So I was on a beautiful black piece of paper written in metallic gold pen, so it's extra pretty. Yeah, because that's important, just in case you're after strategy. Anyway, so here's the thing. So since giving up sugar and not having alcohol for quite some time and not smoking, not doing anything bad, I cannot tell you how friggin' phenomenal food tastes. They actually say that there's a tipping point after quitting sugar that your taste buds actually turn over and you can't handle the taste of synthetic processed foods and sugars.
Yeah. But
real food, oh my God, I'm talking orgasmic sensations, tingles, tingles. I'm eating food going, wow, this tastes incredible. So my quality of life has increased in many ways. Energetically, I just feel even clearer, even happier. To me, one of the most important things to do in life is to stay in the zone as much as possible, meaning that, to stay in your best you state. And you can do that many ways, physiology helps, hydration helps, having a really positive attitude helps. Keeping yourself in the conversation of epic conversations versus watching silly TV shows or listening to people's problems helps. And ultimately keeping your body healthy, I think, is just perfect, because we're mentally, physically, and emotionally connected. So physically you're out, it's going to affect your mental and emotional state. So what I've noticed is I feel even more friggin' epic than I ever did, or that I did before, and it's awesome. So that's my little bit of go-to.
That's so cool.
And I've got no desire to actually do the bad stuff. I actually have, I'm not in pain. None of this was painful. And I really like that. I think once
that's,
you make
that's such an important note as well, where you've actually enjoyed the experience of giving up the bad stuff rather than craving it and relying on it and being part of your life, and you feel different without it. You're actually happy that it's now all done, and you've done it with pleasure, with a smile on your face. I think that is an awesome thing to note as well.
And I think it's just when you make a decision and you have a really good, a big fat reason why, you'll do it. We don't follow through when we don't have a good enough reason to.
No.
And that's it. And that takes me to business. you're not going to follow through with your marketing projects unless you have a good fat reason to do it, because a lot of them actually take time. To me, we're just talking about this. So it was recently Quinton's birthday. And in this podcast, we want to share with you, what is the missing piece that's going to have you succeed or not. And in this podcast, we're going to reveal the beautiful friggin' the gift, the missing key, so to speak, which I believe does determine, it's that this is the thing that the successful people do that the unsuccessful people don't.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. So we're gonna keep you hanging for a second, and so you're like sitting there going, "What is it? What is it?" We'll keep you hanging for a sec. So it was Quinton's birthday recently. Happy birthday, Quinton!
Thank you.
Just imagine everyone sitting there, or standing, or running, or doing whatever, listening, watching on YouTube, going, "Happy birthday!" And if you are watching on YouTube, please, in the comments, write "Happy birthday." Be awesome.
Yeah, we check it as well.
So what I love about Quinton is I personally believe that the nerd is the new sexy. It's the new black, so to speak. And so we literally just got on Skype before, and Quinton's like, "Do you want to see what I got for my birthday? Do you want to see what I got for my birthday?" And I'm thinking,
more importantly, I bought this for myself. This is my own.
Do you want to see what I bought me for my birthday? Good point. He's like, "Do you want to see my birthday presents that I got me?" And I'm sort of thinking, "Oh, this will be cool." I'm curious what this is going to be. And what I love about Quinton is no shit. He starts pulling out book after book after book after book after book, and he's like, "I got this one because I got this one. Oh, this one's so cool. You got to read it because this one's he literally some of these books he's already read. He's either listened to them on audio or got the PDF version and decided he wants the hard copy so he can go over it for himself. Why? Why is that sexy important? Because one of the greatest strategies, one of the greatest muscles you can build as a business owner is to become a nerd, meaning is to actually want to consume information, keep yourself educated. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually don't believe education is everything, because without application, it's poo. However, education, information, knowledge applied and mastered is the most powerful force that there possibly could be for your business.
It is.
And and so, Quinton and I were just having a chat, and the truth of the matter is, there was a time a few years ago where he didn't know friggin' any of the stuff he knows right now.
Yeah.
Literally none of it. He was just a young, ambitious man saying, "I'm going to start a business, and within 6 months I'll be a millionaire," because he didn't...
That's so true.
Because he didn't have the education, the understanding, the knowledge of where he was actually going or what needed to happen to get there.
Yeah.
He just didn't understand. He had, to me, I think as business owners, when we're not educated, we actually create dumb goals in our business.
Well, it's a disillusion of reality. It's your disillusion of your dreams that you've set out, as you don't really know what you need to do in order to achieve that. You go with unrealistic expectations. You go with the false sense of you're going to have this done by tomorrow, when life gets in the way, things happen, and it's overcoming those barriers time and time again, where it is you're constantly going to the next level. You are growing, you're educating, different conversations, new things, new experiences, new applications, new tests. Those things are the things that's going to make you successful. And the more you can do that in a shorter period of time, the more successful you would be in a shorter amount of time. But the truth of the matter is, it takes time.
And it really does. So it's funny, because this morning I was doing a strategy session with one of my private jet clients, and just get this. This woman's been in business for a long time. She's very successful. We're literally just scaling her business and creating more freedom for her. And as a part of that, we're building out parts of her marketing machine. Because ultimately, you want a solid marketing machine, which means you've got clients coming in, you never have to worry about it, so you don't find yourself sort of working in your business to make up cash flow at any given time.
Yeah.
Anywho, here's the thing: this woman's done education to a certain degree, but she hasn't really educated herself properly on what it means to be successful online today, what her website needs to have on it right now, what type of opt-in funnels, how to really friggin' leverage social media to not just get likes, but to get clients.
Yeah.
So she's sort of looking at it like this. She's like, "Oh yeah, look, I'm going to do some website stuff, going to do some social media stuff." And she goes to me, "Okay," she goes, "I want to focus the next 2 weeks Yeah, and next 2 weeks, I really want to focus on mastering my online marketing. Now, once again, this is an intelligent woman. She just simply didn't understand that the projects that she wanted to undertake was no different to me saying, you know what, in the next 2 weeks, I want to renovate my whole house.
Exactly. That is a great point. That's just an awesome metaphor. It is you have the determination to want to get it done, but you're not actually sure about exactly what needs to be done and realistically what you can be doing in order to move forward. Do you need to get more help? Do you need to pay someone else to do certain things? Do you need to learn something? Do you need to go read a book about it? What do you need to do in order for you to know exactly the next stages?
And if you, as a business owner, don't know, like if you've got an idea of I want to do X, I want like I see this often, you know, let's get Facebook, like so often, let's get Facebook marketing friggin' going, and they rush into it. It's like they think, like most business owners think it's just post up an ad, and they will come, you know. And if it was that simple, guys, like if honestly the art of Facebook marketing was literally let's just post something, put money behind it, and that's the only thing you need to do, everyone will be making money. Exactly. There's an art. Yeah. There's an art to every single marketing strategy, every single one of them, even referrals. You know, unless you're educated on what strategy actually works, you're going to be wasting time, wasting money. So one of the greatest muscles we believe you can develop is to become a nerd just like us. Attend workshops, attend webinars, join a mastermind. You know, actually get yourself a mentor, a coach if needed. Get yourself a team of professionals to take care of your social media. Yeah. But make sure that you're not, like, to me, I laugh because some business owners are trying to do it all themselves. And don't get me wrong, I get that financially, you know, if you're in a situation where financially you can't afford to pay someone to take care of your, say, Facebook marketing, then for the love of God, go and create some joint ventures and get more traffic and build up some cash flow. You know,
there's a point in business where if you're in a point where you just need to get more customers coming through the door, you just need to get more initial clients, that is not when you turn to social media to go and find that. That is when you turn to your direct offline market and you go and work your butt off to go and find those people.
Hustle.
So that you can go and get some cash flow. The moment you get cash flow, you can start to breathe. You can start to think differently. You, as we've spoken about in previous episodes, you become a different person under stress. It is who you become under those intense moments is ultimately the kind of results that you'll be getting. So it is as you then start to get some cash flow going in, then you can start to think about educating yourself or then get someone else in, and then you can make the right decision by spending money in Facebook advertising that's going to give you an ROI rather than just putting money out there and hoping for the best and then burning yourself and then losing hope, and then all of a sudden you think about, oh, it's not working for me and I've lost all of this money. It is literally, you need to get yourself sorted, you as a person, look after yourself in all of your bills and all of that through hustling first and then scaling up online.
Yep. And so here's the thing, right? This is what kind of gets me. It's back to the renovating your house metaphor. If you are to renovate your house, however, quite frankly, you've never done it before, you know, what do you think is the right way to do it? Do you think the right way to do it is to hire a professional who's got proven friggin' case study, like success stories, who's done what you want, you know, to come in and either help out or run the whole project? Or do you think it should be you and YouTube videos telling you how to rip up your plumbing? You get what I'm saying? Some people approach marketing.
There's an old saying as well that when it comes to building a shed, everyone has an opinion, but when it comes to building a rocket ship, only the experts. You'll only turn to experts.
Like that.
But when it comes down to building a shed, it's no different. Everyone thinks that they have an opinion on how to build a shed, but it really comes down to you got to go to where the best people are that actually know how to do it. And if
I actually do have an opinion on how to do it. You're right. Everyone has one.
Because it seems so simple in our terms, like, oh, you just have to put this up and that. But when it comes to a rocket ship, we only rely on the experts, and it's no different. We only want to work with the best. We only want to get the best results. And even if it comes to that, you can't afford the best of the best, then you can get someone else who's a little bit less of that to build your shed for you. But the point is, you need to find out who's the best of it, who's got tangible results, someone that you can actually get what you want rather than just doing whatever, and then at the end of it, you don't have a shed, the roof is missing or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is where we're talking purely like online projects, you know, there's a lot involved, like even having a really good opt-in on your website, which is a cool giveaway that people give you their email, potentially phone number and name for to grab. So you've got a lead and you capture a lead. There's a way to do it and a way not to. So, you know, with this particular client, we actually were creating her opt-in this morning. And here's the funny part. So often, you know, it's not knowing these fine little details, like your opt-in should be unique and extremely valuable and create an aha moment. Yeah. If someone grabs your free giveaway on your website, you know, understand the purpose of it. It's meant to wow them. You know, here's a stranger who it's literally like, think of your opt-in like, you know, like offerings, like say someone walks into your home, you know, and what do you do to make them stay? You say, would you like a cup of coffee? And they sit down. Your opt-in is like a cup of coffee. Now, if that cup of coffee tastes like shit, what's the experience of the person sitting there? Not that great.
Finish it.
No, they're most likely going to exactly. Whereas if the coffee is amazing, it has like, you know, design art, a little cookie on the side. It's like the best coffee they've ever had. It's got like a hint of cinnamon in it. My goodness, right? Then their whole experience, they will like you more because they've had a great experience. Your opt-in needs to create a really awesome experience for them. Yeah?
Yeah.
So
add to that as well, if your opt-in is just the same information that they can find anywhere else, then it's unlikely that they will even take you up on it. I mean, if you've got if someone has a back pain and you're giving the same advice as what they can go and find on YouTube, on Facebook, on wherever, but the point is, they can go and find that information. So make your opt-in freaking epic. Make it your intellectual property. There's another episode where we've spoken about this. Make it your unique signature system, your unique way of doing things to get the result. Therefore, they can't find it anywhere else. Therefore, it increases the perceived value. And all of a sudden, it's something that they want because it's nowhere, they can't get it anywhere else.
Yep. And that's what's funny. So the irony was this particular client already had, you know, a pre-made, like she already had an opt-in, and it had tips. So she's like she already had an opt-in and she had tips and it was, you know, valid. Here's the thing, what she already had was so generic. It was the same shit everyone's talking about, you know, and quite frankly, who cares? Everyone's saying, so for example, you know, if you're in the weight loss industry, you know, you don't want another opt-in that tells people to stop eating sugar, drink water,
exactly.
You know,
yep.
If do a detox, whatever, exercise, you want to go really unique. What is some of the cutting, and I'm talking with your opt-in, what's the cutting edge shit that you share with your paying clients? What's the unique stuff? And here's the cool part, when we unpack this for her, wow, her opt-in that she's creating now is solid. Like, it's so good that anyone would go, wow, this is phenomenal. This is like next level information. You know, it's not just the general stuff. I actually told her she's not allowed to have any of the general stuff. If the content's been shared elsewhere, you can't use it. You've got to create your own very unique.
That is awesome because that's not serving the same cup of coffee that they will get anywhere else. That is the unique cup of coffee with
cinnamon.
With cinnamon, just the dash. The fact is, it is the thing. Give your best stuff away for free. Give it. Like, really wow your audience so that they can be like, holy crap, this person has that in their mind. What else have they got? If they give this away for free, imagine what I'll get if it's paid. And the thing is, if you give your best thing away, then they would want to get more, which actually puts you in a position where automatically you will have to go and find more of it. So you are then automatically seeking to go and find more information, to keep on developing yourself, to keep on exploring new markets, rather than thinking, oh, that's all I've got. What's next?
Yeah. And this is the thing. So, you know, for the most part, the best thing you can do for your industry, for market, like, it is actually to stay in the conversation of your industry. You know, it is to be up to date with what's going on in your industry, what's relevant, the new, the best. So for Quinton, he's constantly learning about Facebook and what's working, what's not, and things are changing. So he, as the expert, stays on top of the game. So obviously his clients don't have to be obsessed with it. Yeah. For you listening, you have a problem you solve. You have an expertise. You have an industry. Stay ahead of the game. Now, when you give your best content away, guess what? It puts you in a position where, like Quinton said, you're forced to be the nerd. You're forced to stay educated, which means that inevitably it's this the natural sort of cause and effect of it is that you will be successful, you will grow, because the strategy of learning and educating yourself is actually going to keep you on top of your game.
Exactly, yeah. And if you keep on delivering, people are going to keep on coming back to you. It's just the law of it, of reciprocity. Reciprocity.
That's it.
I actually want to share an example of a client of mine with a lead magnet that we were working with as well. So this particular client is in the dental industry, and we did some surveys. We discovered their current clients' language around the problems that they have, the dental challenges that they have. And we decided to start targeting out of the box. So we decided to start targeting children, but with that, the children as the main focus, we actually target the mum. The mum is the more caring towards the child. So we're starting to putting offers out there. So think of your lead magnet as your opt-in also as an offer. Your offer has to be irresistible. It has to be something that they will be like, I need that, I want that, I can't get that anywhere else, and that is something that is going to be worthy of my time to consume. And we tried different offers and we kind of got stuck. I was like, I've built the sales page, the copy is awesome, people just aren't taking action. It wasn't performing where we wanted to be with our numbers, our metrics. And the thing was, I then reached out to my group and I go, guys, can you please give me some feedback on this? I needed help. I needed to ask them, what am I doing wrong here? And they literally just turned around and said, the offer sucks. The offer isn't engaging enough. The offer isn't something that someone is wowed about. Now, to give you an idea, the offer was a free healthy teeth assessment for kids under 14. So it was, we wrote a copy, we educated our market about 1 in 4 Aussie kids suffer from untreated tooth decay. And we gave the stats and we gave a valuable resource, and that was our copy. It was engaging, it was proofful, it was just awesome. But the offer itself meant that a mum would come in with a child to then go and have an assessment done to either get an answer, your child's teeth are fine, or your child's teeth needs to get something done, aka you need to pay money. So that is something that the mum doesn't necessarily want to go and do. I mean, she's not going to take a child to the dentist just because she wants to. She will take a child to the dentist once something is wrong, meaning she already knows that she has to pay for it, and a free assessment isn't going to add her any value. As much as it may look like we were actually doing something good to her. So we switch it up. We got some thinking, and I got my feedback from my group, and they said, simply give something of value, something that no one else is doing. So I did my research and I went to Groupon and I started looking at certain discounts that the dentists are giving. And I got to the question as to why are some people offering a cleaning $100 and another is offering it for $59 and another one's offering for $130 when it's retailing at $2.99. And all these questions started popping up. And if that is really the case, for someone to come into a dentist at a discounted rate, something that is so cheap and so easy, why don't we just do it for free for a limited time?
Yep.
And so what we've put together is, and the targeting that we're doing right now is for limited time during school holidays, we are offering free teeth cleaning for kids under 14. So that offer on its own right now is just straight away, it hits them hard where it is, hey mums, want free dental for your kid? We'll during the school holidays for children in Chatswood and surrounding areas, we are doing X, free teeth cleaning for children, limited time. It'll keep their mouths clean and the dental bills down. Click here to book your child in. That there is just such an epic opt-in where it's just they get the contact name, they get the email address, they get the lead information with the phone number, and now they can start the wow process. And here was the whole psychology behind it as to how much are you supposed to give away for free? How much should you be giving them? And this was an interesting conversation with the client where it came down to it that even if she didn't implement this particular strategy, for her to have the opportunity to spend 30 minutes to build up a lifelong relationship with a potential new client, or spend 30 minutes doing nothing with no one in the chair, I know which option I would choose. And it literally came down to it that we no longer think about, can we monetize this right now? But we think about, if that child comes in, and we guarantee the best experience that they've ever had with a dentist. And the mum now is exposed to the dentist, or the dentist has the ability to build up that relationship with the mum, to build up like and trust, to give the child the best experience ever. She now has the ability to book the mum in for a session, the partner in for a session, or any other kid to come in for a session. All that it took was a simple clean. All that it took was just the fact of spending that little bit of time giving your absolute best. Different coffee than anyone else.
That's it. That's your little bit of cinnamon. It's funny because here's the funny part. So when you look at things like Groupon, Scoop-on, all of that kind of stuff, the purpose of that stuff is to get you the ability to wow someone's socks off. And unfortunately, businesses aren't educated on how to use that kind of stuff. No. So usually what happens is they put some out, they end up selling way too much, they're friggin' over committed, and unfortunately making no money because there's really no money in the whole ordeal. And, they don't have a wow process. So, I love that you mentioned this. Guys, please understand that, if you are doing anything promotional, anything at all, don't think, but they got friggin' 25% off, they should be happy. Yeah. Or they got 50% off, or they got it for free, they should know. This is your wow, this is your opportunity to wow them. Think of it like this is your first impression, and you've got to go in hard. You've got to pull out all the stops. You want to create the most amazing experience, not too much where you can't replicate it because you still want consistency. Yeah. But it's definitely, not, like treating them like shit, not really doing your stuff properly.
Just because they get a discount. You've got to treat them like royalty, like the sun comes up for them. I mean, think about it in this perspective that even though this child and a mum comes in for free right now, what happens if her lifetime value of this particular dentist is to come in for the next 6 years, every 6 months, spending the minimum amount of $150 per checkup and clean? I mean, what is that saying to you for this one time that you are able to do something for free? Even if it is a 50% discount, think about it, the lifetime value when they come in again and again for the next 10 years. What does that mean to your business? What if you could replicate that to get them to come in more often?
And this is the thing, like ultimately for us in business, we want people to come and experience us. If we're good at what we do, if what we do friggin' is awesome, if we're experts, then all we need is someone to come and experience us, and we've got them. Yeah. Otherwise, if you've got the type of business where you're not putting the wow factor into experience, into results, you're going to find yourself struggling in this time and age. Yeah. Because we've moved. It's different now. The people will just jump ship and find somebody else that's cheap. And there's a marketplace right now for people that literally go from cheap offer to cheap offer. They're not loyal. They're not loyal because no connection and trust was ever established in the wow process. Would you agree with that?
100%. Yeah. The moment you start going on just trying to target those people who focus on money, then you're becoming part of the commodity. You still need to have some form of exclusivity around your service, where this might just be something that is once off, once in the blue moon, so that they're not comparing you against the rest of the competition, so you can still stand out of the crowd even if your prices are exceptionally above the margin. It is your way of still separating yourself. So keep that in mind.
Yep. And looking at opt-ins, like, just to sort of, while we're on the topic, I want to share something kind of cool. To me, when I look at any form of marketing, it kind of like, I think of traffic lights, where you got green, orange, and red.
Go.
So here's the thing, right? You're going to have green opt-ins, orange opt-ins, so to speak. Like, I call it more offers, because any form of marketing we're doing is either green, orange, or red. Let me explain. So green, Quinton's hiding.
Sorry, I just had to put the battery on, otherwise this will fall out.
For those of you watching, on YouTube, here's my little puppy. Say hello, puppy. There you go. Here's my little. Got a guest visitor right now. This is the master of marketing. She taught me everything I know, to be honest. Anyway, so green, orange, red. So here's one thing I really want to give the bit of education that I think will be very helpful for you. Is green, orange, red. Green is, it's to them perceived, it's the marketing offers that are low risk, high return. Yeah? So super low risk, high return. So the dentist offer is a green offer. Super low risk, high return. it's perceived in the marketplace as, does that make sense?
Yeah.
My kid's teeth getting cleaned for free as part of a school holiday incentive the dentist is running.
Yeah.
The dentist looks like they care. The public sort of perceives that as, wow, that's awesome. There's a bit of law of scarcity being used. It's high value and very low risk. That's green.
And on top of that, we even put a little bit of us versus them, where in our copy we call out the other dentists, where we say, unlike other dentists in Chatswood who charge for a teeth cleaning, we're prepared to do it for free for a limited time. Bang, 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 click here to do it in. So
now you're the good guy and they're the devil.
Exactly. It's like, these guys shouldn't be charging you for it. We are doing it for free because we believe you should benefit from this. And that's how we call them out.
Yeah, and so ultimately though, it's a green offer.
Yeah.
So what we want to do whenever we're approaching cold market, meaning people that don't really know us, we want to give them green offers. It's high reward and low risk. What I see a lot of people do though is offer orange offers. So let me explain what the orange or the middle light is. It's still low risk and good reward, but it's a higher risk point, meaning that if you're at the traffic lights and you see orange, there's a risk that it might go red before you make it to the other end, right? So there's a little bit of risk. It's not total risk. It's not like running a red light. There's a little bit of risk. When you see green light, no risk at all. You just keep going. Orange, there's a bit of risk. Red, none, all risk. So what I see people do as opt-ins, as opposed to having a free teeth clean, they'll have an opt-in of 25% off a visit.
Yeah.
Now, why would that be orange and not green, Quinton?
Well, the fact is they don't even know you and you're asking them already to spend money with you. Therefore, they need to invest a lot more than just giving you the name, email address or phone number. You're asking you're proposing on first date. You're proposing for without even knowing the person. You're already on one knee and saying, hey, give me your money. Hey, would you like to marry me? And that's not cool.
That's right. And it's an orange offer. So yes, it's lower risk, meaning you've got 25% off, versus red would be full price, right?
Yeah.
So when I see a website that literally has an opt-in of 25% off, they think, to the owner, they're thinking, well, that's friggin' generous. Like, if, they should be happy that I'm getting bullshit. They don't know you. They've just, they've potentially just they found your website through a Google search. What have you done to actually, build trust? What have you given? Have you got a blog? Have you got a video blog? What are you giving on your website to have them feel like they're being taken care of? The 25% discount voucher is not an opt-in. It just isn't. It's not a give-based thing. However, what you could do is you could identify something really sexy important to them. So it could be, in relation to teeth, how to keep your kids' teeth healthy, and I don't know, if we're doing something about kids and teeth, if we're talking about dentists, then it would be something about, the 5 top tips to ensure your kids' teeth, I don't know, never fall out, stay awesome, whatever.
So what we had with that was a viral content piece where it spoke about what sugar and fizzy drinks do to children's teeth. And so that was our way of positioning ourselves to the market that, hey, we got your back. You need to know about this. And we targeted mothers again. So that was our way of building up trust with these people before we even expose them to any form of sale, as in, hey, would you like to go on a date with me? It was, nah, here you go. Here's the free information. You need to know this.
Yep. And so here's the thing, understanding what's green and what's orange. Sometimes we think a free consultation is actually green, but it's orange. Let me explain. So having a promotion where we're doing free teeth cleaning for school holidays for kids is actually a green. It's not an orange. Yeah. Because there's a limited time. It makes that there's no resistance. It's like, oh, cool. As soon as it's get a cool response, it's a green. However, if it was a free consultation and assessment of your teeth, that's no longer green, because
it's not impactful.
No, and it's no longer green because now we're like, oh, if I'm going to go in for a free consultation and assessment, then they're going to try and sell me the moon.
Exactly.
That's why Whereas the free teeth clean, it doesn't feel like they're going to sell me anything. It's like, I'm going to get my teeth cleaned. That's all they've spoken about.
Yeah.
It's does that make sense? So you still get the opportunity as the dentist to, talk about the kid's teeth, plant some seeds, let them know what's available for the kid, but it's not threatening. And I think that's really important to get, guys, that whenever you're marketing, don't market your reds to a cold audience. Buy my friggin', recommended retail price is $2,000. Here it is for $2,000 for a limited time.
Guys, as we go about this, the red, orange, and green, it kind of makes me think about the dating analogy where if green is, hey, I'll take you on a date, on the most amazing date, if you give me a chance. Whereas the orange is almost like, hey, come on an amazing date with me, you only have to pay X amount. And it's almost like a little...
That's awesome. I love that. I'd love to take you out for a date, but just so you know, I'm planning this and this and this. It should cost about $150 each.
Yeah, it's at a discount. Like, it is at a discount.
That's right.
And
normally.
And here's the red one for you. Hey, Gabs, I know there's an amazing place and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's great reviews. We should definitely go and check it out. Your shout.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it. And that's not to say that women want men to pay. Please don't, misunderstand me.
No.
It's just, ultimately, like, I know there's a lot of women out there that are completely happy to pay. It's just that there is, just please don't misunderstand what we're saying here.
Even if the woman goes up to a guy and say, hey, would you like to go on a date with me? The guy would say yes. But even as a woman, if you go up to a guy and you say, hey, would you like to go on a date with me? It'll cost you roughly about $25. The guy's going to be like, yeah, no. Or the same thing goes.
Maybe more than 25, but okay.
Exactly, but the fact is that even if it's reversed, if you're asking the other person to pay anything without knowing them, that's a no-go.
And that's the point. So the focus then goes on to what I've got to give. So whenever you're doing anything, if you think it's green, it's got to be, I feel the green stuff is where they feel like you're giving so much more. So if you kind of look at it like a seesaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that are seeing this on camera, I'm doing a seesaw with my hand. For those that are listening, imagine a seesaw in a park, right? Now, if you were the bigger kid and you had a small friend like I did growing up, what you'd where I'm going with this, right? What? Not that I was a chubby. I was just tall and stuff, and my friend was really small. Anyway, what I found was when we went to the park together, I'd sit down and she'd sit down, and boop, I'd drop to the bottom, and she'd be hanging in the air. And I just thought that's so unfair. Like, quite frankly, I'm not getting any airtime here. Yeah. So you want to think of your opt-ins like you're the one not getting airtime; they're getting all the airtime.
Yeah.
That if they're getting all the airtime, it's a great opt-in. If you're getting all the airtime, or even if it's medium, then it's not a good opt-in.
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. That's a great way of closing it off.
Closing off. So to close this off though, happy birthday, Quinton. Freaking love you and just adore you. Love your nerd. And just as we do close off, I'd love it if you could share a couple of the books that you'd highly recommend.
Yes.
People read. So just pick 2 or 3 if that's cool. Otherwise,
I've got too many here.
Okay, well you can it's your birthday. You can do whatever you like. So guys, the moral to the story is make sure that you get educated. That you don't just jump in. You actually know what you're freaking doing, what works and what doesn't when you're building parts of your marketing machines up. Yeah. And here's some cool book reviews from Quinton Venter.
So I'm going to leave you guys with these 2. It is called Scientific Advertising by Claude Hopkins. This is, if you can see it, it's too much of a
Claude Hopkins, Scientific Advertising.
That's it.
For those that are just listening.
This is the Bible when it comes to advertising. And the reason for that is the laws that you would learn in this book about advertising, it goes into so much detail where it is get rid of all of your creativity, get rid of all of your fancy puns and slogans, all of that. Just get straight to the point. He talks a lot about that. All your marketing is another salesperson, and if your salesperson isn't performing, you should do something about it. you should be able to measure and track them. And one great example he gives it is if you've ever written a copy and it's all capital letters and it's like bold and it's in your face. Imagine that being a salesperson in your face, screaming on the top of his lungs and being bold, and it's just not a way to sell. So removing these things from your copy and really just coming down to the core of it, that you're here to do a job and put your offer out there in the best possible way. So
just before you go to the next one, I love that, guys. Just get this. That copywriting, which by the way is just another word for the text that you use to communicate your message in marketing, so it's called copy for those of you that aren't familiar with the term. There's an art to it, and there's people that are paid a freaking lot of money to write sales pages, sales letters, because they're masterful at it. If you don't know what you're doing and you just slap some stuff together, it's no different to having a salesperson work for you but have no strategy to do it, meaning they're just coming in and they're hoping people buy. Oh yeah, so this is a glass, would you like one, versus selling it. Copy is designed to sell, it's to entice. Yeah. Sometimes, we do it wrong and we try and oversell. It's funny, I was sharing this with a client the other day. Usually when we do Facebook advertising, the actual copy, the text inside the ad should be persuading the person just to take the action, which might be to click. It's not to sell your fucking thing.
Yeah.
And so if you don't understand how to communicate and how to write copy, you're going to have a lot of wasted efforts. Yeah. So educate yourself on it by reading this book. Yes?
Yeah, totally.
Drum roll.
Well
book
said.
Book number 2.
Book number 2. I'm throwing in another one just briefly before I get to the last one.
Book number 3. Book number 2.
This is, if you just want to read it out, it's one of the most...
No BS Guide to Direct Response Social Media Marketing. The ultimate, no-holds-barred guide to producing measurable, monetizable results with social media marketing by, drumroll, Dan Kennedy and Kim... Actually, I don't know Kim. Kim Phillips. Not familiar with Kim.
Yeah. So this book here, guys, anything by Dan Kennedy will give you money. It'll put money in your pocket if you implement what he tells you.
Thanks, Dan.
You need to buy anything that you can find on him, even if you have to steal it, even if you have to beg for it. Okay. You need to get your hands on it.
We are not promoting thievery.
Get your hands on anything that he has. So about this book is all about the measuring your ads, any form of advertising, particularly through social media. So it's really coming down to stop thinking about I need to get more likes or more shares or more comments. That is not monetizing it, the cold hard profit that is coming into your pocket from what you're putting in. See, when you're starting to think about anything social media, there needs to be a strategy behind it. Rather than just putting something cool out there and hoping it works, you need to have something that's going to back it up, that's eventually going to lead to a sale, and you need to be able to track and measure it. This book helps you with that. Anything by Dan S. Kennedy. Now, this last book is also by Dan S. Kennedy, and it's called The Ultimate Marketing Plan. And if you just want to read the sub-headline there.
Target your audience. Get out your message. Build your brand. Boom.
So the marketing plan, ultimate marketing plan is really about understanding your message, and he puts it into a nice little diagram, understanding your message, and then have your market, and then understanding the media. So having those three and how they work together as to how you're getting your message out there to the right person for them to take action. And then that can be backed up with the other book where it is The Ultimate Sales Letter, also by Dan Kennedy. Great books for anyone who's a nerd like me. Get anything that you can find about with Dan S. Kennedy and Claude Hopkins.
Look how happy he is, guys. If you'll please watch this on YouTube, you should see how excited Quinton is right now. He's like a kid at Christmas. Like, look at all my books.
And there's more coming. That's the thing. There's even more coming.
I love it. I'm the same. I remember as a kid, no shit, I remember telling my parents, I was turning 8 or 9, and I remember telling my parents I wanted this specific book on Greek mythology. And I just really wanted, it was a big fat book, but books were quite expensive when I was a kid. I don't know, I remember them being, unless it was just me and I thought they were expensive. But anyway.
It was the only way of getting information. There was no internet.
Oh, yes, there you go. Yes, they probably were more expensive. But I remember telling Mum and Dad I wanted this book for my birthday, and instead I got a doll. I cried. I was so upset. I was so upset. So I totally get you, brother.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Boom.
I'm so happy to see you happy over books. Guys, if reading's not your thing, get onto audiobooks. Brilliant. Like, if you're listening to this podcast, it would suggest that you like listening to stuff. Just get onto audiobooks. Go to audible.com and set yourself up that way and just listen to the audio version of stuff.
Yeah.
If it means that if you're not a reader, then I prefer you to listen to it than not do anything at all. Yeah. But thirdly, one of the reasons why Quinton has gotten these books in hard copy, even though he's probably consumed the audio version, has the PDF version, is so he can go over it again with a highlighter. Now, why would I share that? I tend to read things a few times. Like, I don't just read a book once when I'm wanting to master the content.
Yeah.
I go back to it.
Revisit it often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, no different to anything. Mastery is not achieved in one hit. Like, I'm about to start learning how to play piano. And
That's
you
so
know
cool.
what? It is, isn't it?
It's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway, sidetrack. The point I'm trying to make though is I don't have of course I think I'm going to be a natural, but I don't believe I'm going to have one lesson and be done and dusted. I believe it's going to be repetition that's going to get me to be awesome at what I do. And so with the knowledge of the stuff that that you guys are wanting to master, read the book a couple of times. I believe in the rule of 3. I tend to read something 3+ times if I really want to master it.
Yeah.
And I highlight and I ponder, I recreate, and I teach. What I've found is that when you consume some information and you teach it to somebody else, it tends to really ingrain the info.
That's when it sticks. Yeah.
Yep. So this is where, to me, if you've got any, and I highly recommend if you're in business, you should have business friends. Speak to a business friend and share what you've just read. And when in sharing, you actually say, look, I just read blah, 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 blah. Yeah, how cool is this? As soon as you share it, it actually has you just get a deeper ingrained understanding of it. So tips are consume content, learn about marketing. 2, teach it to others. And 3, give Quinton a happy birthday shout out.
Lots of love.
Lots of love to you all. Lots of love to you, Quinton. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out. Please go to marketingwithvino.com and click the link that says join the Marketing with Vino Club. It's completely our gift to you, and it means that you can post questions and interact with us, and we get to hear from you.
Looking forward to it. Thanks,
Ciao.
Gabs. You've been awesome. Ciao.
Welcome to Marketing with Vino, the edutainment business growth podcast, mixing education and entertainment to make growing your service business much more fun. Your hosts, Quinton Venter, online marketing expert, and Gabby Kowalski, creator of the Business Freedom Formula, have a glass of wine and share powerful and up-to-date strategies to help grow your service business fast.